Germany. Came out of nowhere, surfaced at the Charlotte Pro, got his qualifier spot, and I haven't seen him bigger than this, Dan.
Well, there's certainly no shortage of muscle when it comes to Dennis. In fact, Dennis is one of these guys that notoriously peaks days or even weeks prior to an event. He has struggled in recent years to find that perfect formula to enable him to dial in on contest day. Sean, would you say that Dennis is dialed in today?
Well, he's the best that he's been on this stage in his 6 tries. Mind you, this guy was 4th a couple of years ago in this bodybuilding competition. I believe he actually looks better now than he did then, which is saying a lot, because in 2 weeks' time, this is a whole other bodybuilder from the one that qualified in Charlotte.
Well, he's certainly one of the more popular bodybuilders. In fact, it's interesting in looking at his structure and looking at his traps. Dennis actually explained once that he doesn't even train his traps, and Dennis is what you might describe as one of those freaks when you look at his natural musculature. He's got quite an impressive frame.
Well, with all the good things that he has working for his frame, what holds Dennis back is he has a tendency to get a little heavy, lose control of the midsection, which is what the Federation is talking about, penalizing the guys for. He's got relatively high lats, but he's got such a broad shoulder base that it actually makes his waist taper a little, the illusion of having it look smaller.
And he weighs in today at about 255 pounds on a 5'8" frame. He's 36 years old, and he's got one professional win to his credit. That was the 2001 Hungarian Pro, and I know there was a lot of people who felt like Dennis had seen his better days, but I know he ain't ready to give up.
Well, Dennis is one of those guys notorious for posting his pictures as he counts down to the Olympia on the internet. And on the internet, the guy looks like Mr. Olympia, notoriously misses his peak on the stage. Today, I believe he's replicated his last best performance of 4th place in terms of conditioning. However, that extra conditioning is coming at a price, because he still hasn't got total control of the midsection, and the judges aren't going to miss that.
Yeah, in fact, Dennis might really be one of the guys who is singled out with the changes in the judging criteria. We haven't really talked much about it on this telecast, but the IFBB has really worked hard to do whatever they can to detract from the distended midsections. You get a look at that shot, you can see Dennis, for the most part, has worked hard on it, and he has brought his midsection down, but for the most part, there is some evidence, and I think the judges are going to mark him down.
Well, not only that, but he's standing against the best in the world here, Dan. There's guys like Melvin Anthony with 29-inch waists, and Darren Charles, and Craig Richardson, and Johnny Jackson. You get next to those guys with that shape, it's going to be hard for Dennis to hold his own. Pound for pound, muscle-wise, he's up there with the rules. He's up there with the Schlierkamps, but he doesn't have the exact total package nailed down, and it's only his 6th time. I'm sure he'll get it together soon. Dennis James, by way of Germany, bringing the beef.
The pride and precision of Dennis James. Our next competitor is from the Dominican Republic. He qualified here by placing 3rd at the New York Pro this year. He's in absolutely great shape and looks to improve on his 9th